Hello everybody, it is Sunday here. So tonight for dinner we are having baked spaghetti with salads and homemade garlic bread. I thought, you know what, I got a bread machine, why do I need to go buy garlic bread? We can totally make this ourselves, make it better, make it healthier, so that's what we're doing. We're starting this a little bit early. All I'm going to be doing is making the dough in here. You could totally just bake it right in your bread machine. I think it's going to look prettier braided. So I have everything lined out that we're going to need. 1 cup of very, very warm water straight down in. I got the paddle down there already. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of butter. Right in it goes. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. We're going to need 1 tablespoon of powdered milk. We're also going to need 1 tablespoon of white sugar. And then we're going to add in some seasonings. You can add in oregano. You can add in Italian seasoning. You can add in parsley. I'm adding in I'm going to say 1.5 teaspoons. I'm just going to shake it in of Italian seasoning, not parsley. So, let me get it open. I'm doing this one-handed right now. So I'm just going to shake some in. Then you can use either powdered garlic or fresh, and I got about 3 tablespoons of fresh garlic. I'm going to get it all in there, hold on. Then 3 cups of bread flour right on top. Then 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast. Hold on. Then I make a little well for the yeast. It's going to need it so it doesn't get activated right away. And then 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast right in the middle. Sorry, my metal measuring spoons is sounding loud against the bread machine. There we go. So now we're just going to close it. We'll put it on dough setting. So dough is 10. We're going to let it do its thing. Okay, so the dough just finished. See all the different herbs and stuff in there? So out we go with it. Shut the bread maker. I've got a little bit of bread flour on my counter here. I've got a cookie sheet right here with some parchment paper on it, and I'm going to divide my bread and braid it. Okay, so you guys can see I've got a beautiful round of garlic bread. The herbs and garlic are all inside of that beautiful dough. And I'm just going to cut it in half. And I'm going to let it be pretty thick. Just kind of gently roll it out. Not too long, though. This is one of the reasons I love the bread machine. I haven't made homemade garlic bread in a long time because my hands are just not very strong anymore, and the bread machine helps with the kneading, so you can see, helps with the kneading a lot. So I've just got a little bit of bread flour, and I'm going to do it just pretty much like the egg bread that I made for Easter, the Easter bread, and I'm just going to take, well, let's do it this way. I'm just going to take each piece over each piece, and just kind of braid it. It's not going to look perfect. It's not store-bought. It's not going to look, you know, perfect. But it will be delicious, beautiful, and homemade. Okay. Now, we're just going to get it on our baking sheet and let it rise. Actually, I'll just do a circle. Because, well, my baking sheet ain't that big. I can make it smaller real quick, though. You can just play with the dough. It's going to be fine. Okay, so I'm just going to cover it with a towel and let it rise, and then we'll get it in the oven and bake it. Okay, so let's check our bread. I actually put it outside to rise. There it is. I've got my oven preheating. I'm going to bake this at 350, and it's going to be delicious. And it's perfect already. Over here, I just grated up some mozzarella cheese. That's for the top of our baked spaghetti. I generally don't like shredding cheese. It's just something I really do not enjoy doing. And my hands hurt a lot, like I explained earlier. But the mozzarella was on sale, and it was cheaper just to buy it and shred it myself. And it's healthier. They put like potato starch and stuff in cheese to make it last, and bag cheese. Now, obviously, it's okay. We all eat it, or we all have, but when you can shred it, I'm sure it's better. But don't get used to it. I don't like shredding cheese. And then over here for the baked spaghetti, the first thing you want to do is just make your spaghetti sauce however you like. I like it to definitely be more saucy in baked spaghetti. I feel like we need it, so I've got 2 of the Newman's Own roasted garlic spaghetti sauces, and I got 1 of these boxes of chopped tomatoes in here. I've got some water heating up, and I'm not a fan of breaking up spaghetti, but I think it works out a lot better with this recipe. So I'm going to break up some spaghetti in a few minutes when this gets boiling, and then we'll assemble it all, get it into the oven, and hopefully by then the bread will be done too. Okay, so I have the spaghetti in the casserole, and it's just whatever recipe your family likes, whatever spaghetti recipe, whatever you normally make. Now, I do like to add extra sauce if I'm baking it because it seems to suck up a lot of that sauce within those noodles. I sprayed the casserole with a little bit of the Trader Joe's coconut oil spray before you ask. It does not smell like coconuts. So now I'm just going to top it with cheese. My family loves a lot of cheese. And put it in the oven. The garlic bread is in right now, and this is going to go on the bottom shelf. Everything is cooked all the way through, so really all you're doing is melting the cheese and letting the flavors kind of mingle together and become delicious. This is really filling, and it's perfect for a big crowd too, because one casserole goes a long, long way. We'll have leftovers for days. And I even just put the chunks that I couldn't, like grate up right on up in there, because they'll be delicious. Okay, this is going to go in the same oven as that garlic bread, but if you're not making the garlic bread, or if you bought garlic bread, just pop it in, a 350-degree oven until the cheese is melted and everything is bubbly and delicious. Okay, so the garlic bread is done. I'm sorry it's not in great lighting. What I did was bake it in the oven, obviously. And let me get out of this light under here. You guys can probably see it better. There we go. I baked it in the oven. And once it was done, I just took some butter, went around the outside of it with butter, and then put a whole bunch of freshly grated Parmesan on top. So that's just going to kind of sit up here. We'll let it kind of do its thing for a little bit. And the spaghetti is almost done. Let me show you. It's right in there. And dinner will be served up in just a bit. Scott is not feeling good. Jackson is actually not even home. So everything can kind of sit. And if this sits over that last burner, it will kind of keep that warm. So I'm going to just kind of move the bread down that way. And I'm going to wait on everybody till they're ready to eat. Here it is. Don't that look good? Okay, so that is Sunday night's dinner. It's on the plate. Super easy, delicious, very filling dinner. And the homemade garlic bread. I skipped the salad, which I would probably preferred if, Jackson was home, or I thought Scott would like it. But tonight, he's not feeling that good, so I think this would be perfect for him. And that's perfect for me. That's dinner tonight. Hello, everybody. It is Thursday night here, and I am making homemade manwich, and I'm just coming off the fly with this. So We'll see how it turns out. I've got a couple cans of tomato sauce. This is organic. Some ketchup. And some mustard. And I need some spices. So, I definitely want garlic. Let's do some chili powder. And let's do some celery seed. Coriander. Where are you? Do not see celery seed. I might be out. Well, alright, we'll skip that. We got chili powder. Let's get some onions. And anything else? I think that's good. Okay, let's see what happens. So I'm going to get about 1.5 pounds of ground beef cooked up. I'll drain any grease that accumulates while it's cooking before I mix everything in. Over here I have the Klondike medley, the different color potatoes. I just didn't want french fries tonight, and what I'm going to do with these is just cook them till they're tender, slice them in half, slather them with butter, parsley, and Parmesan, and that's going to be our side. And I'll see if I'm going to make some other vegetable, but this might just be plenty. We'll see. Okay, so I did open a can of green beans, put them in the microwave, just because I want there to be plenty of food, but I know there will be anyway, but whatever. Okay, so the ground beef is cooked up. I'm going to add the tomato sauce. Turn that down, or just bubble all over the place. And I'm going to put in some ketchup. A couple cups of ketchup. Hopefully this turns out okay. If not, the boys still have to eat it. It's going to be hard to do with my bad hand. Let me switch hands. There we go. I think that's, I'll do just a little bit more, but not much. Maybe 1.5 cups. I'm going to mix that in. Now I'm going to start putting some spices in it. I'm going to add some onions, just a few, not a ton. It looks like a lot, but there's barely any coming out. It'd be easier for me just to do that. A couple of teaspoons. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic. There it goes. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic or chili powder. Some mustard, just a spoonful. And some salt. I'm going to mix that up and taste it. I think that's one thing a lot of people don't do is like taste as they go, which is pretty important. Now, you know, I'm kind of copying the manwich recipe for the regular one, but that one has green peppers in it, and we don't like green peppers, so that was nice leaving that out. It's gonna be hot. That is good. Yum. And it does taste like manwich. Wow, yum. Okay, doubt I'll ever bite in a can again. So I'm going to turn it off and just kind of let those flavors kind of mingle together. My potatoes are boiling. Won't take long on those. And I have my green beans in the microwave. So I'm going to clean up my little mess here, but that is super good. So while I wait on the potatoes to finish, I do have some butter in the skillet, and I'm just browning, or, you know, putting a little color on the buns. It makes them taste a lot better. So for the potatoes, I cut them up. I added a bunch of butter, and then I took some fresh Parmesan, some chives, and I could have went and got fresh, but it's raining outside. I didn't want to go outside in the rain to get herbs, but I probably could have. I'm just not feeling that well tonight and didn't want to do it. So there is our sides, and this is the medley. It has purple potatoes, red, and yellow. So that looks delicious. And now I'm going to make the plates. Okay, so there is the homemade manwich. It tastes really good. We got our potato medley with the butter and the chives and the fresh Parmesan, some green beans. That is our dinner tonight. I'll try to write down the recipe for the manwich since we kind of threw it together. But it's really good, and I doubt I'll ever buy canned manwich again. So, yum, it's time to eat, and I will see you guys tomorrow with a different dinner. Happy Friday, everybody. So for dinner tonight, I am trying this turkey breast with cranberry and apple stuffing from Trader Joe's. I just have it in a little cake pan here. It's going in the oven, cooking 30 minutes per pound, and it's going to be cooked at 350 degrees. Super easy. I'm going to make some sides to go with it, but it is completely oven ready as it says, and all of the seasonings was like in a strip, so I just kind of spread them out with my finger, and now I'm going to get it in the oven, and I'll make some sides in just a little bit. I want to get it cooking, though, first. All right, there we go. It's going to cook away. Okay, so for my sides tonight, I'm just going to have some mashed potatoes. So I cut and diced up my potatoes, and I'm just having some whole baby carrots. I decided to go with these. They're easy, and I'm still not feeling that well. I've been sick for the past few days, but at least my family is getting dinner tonight, and, you know, it's going to be filling, and it's a little later than normal. It's dark out, but summer is officially here, you guys. My son's the last day of school was today, so a lot of these What's Cooking videos will have later dinners in them, simply because my husband works till 8, and then, you know, he doesn't want to come right home and eat, so our dinners are going to be a little later. Sorry if the lighting isn't perfect, but I'm getting ready to get these in a pot and cooking, and my turkey breast is cooking well, and hopefully it's delicious. Okay, so there is my beautiful stuffed turkey breast. I'm going to get the net off of it and let it rest for just like 5-6 minutes, and then get dinner on the plate. So you can see the stuffing inside of it. It's got the apple stuffing and the cranberry, and the turkey all around the outside. Okay, so here is our Friday night dinner. We have the Trader Joe's stuffed turkey breast with the apple stuffing, apple and cranberry stuffing. We have mashed potatoes. I just made a little bit, not a ton, and some carrots. So that is our very simple, very late night dinner. And if there's any complaints, I don't want to hear it. They're going to have to eat what's on their plates. Otherwise, it's off till breakfast. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. So for this night, I wanted fried green tomatoes. It's one of my favorite meals. You guys want to know how to make it. And I've made fried green tomatoes for years. And there's a couple ways you can make it. Tonight, I'm going to show you the way to make it with cornmeal. But the first thing you need to do is get you some green tomatoes. I personally like them more thinly sliced than a real big, thick piece of green tomato. So I just like to take a sharp knife, take it down the sides of the tomato, and just, you know, really cut that tomato up. You can get a ton of pieces out of one, and that's about the thickness that I really like. It cooks up well, and it's not too hard. Next up, I get an egg wash ready with 2 eggs and a couple tablespoons of water. I just beat them up together. And then I put some cornmeal, just regular yellow cornmeal, on a plate. And I simply just dip in the tomato slices into the egg wash and then right into the cornmeal. I just kind of flip it around, pat it down, get it covered well. And then I just put them on a cutting board. Now, I like to make sure they're really, really coated, so take your time, and I just get through all of the tomatoes. It's, very simple. There's different types of breading you can use, but cornmeal is one of my absolute favorites. It's cheap, it's easy, it's delicious, and it makes the tomatoes even better. It's such a delicious recipe. So once you have all of your tomatoes breaded in the cornmeal, go ahead and get a nonstick skillet out. I like to use about a cup to a cup and a half of vegetable oil, just enough to cover the tomatoes, and then gently slide them in. And again, I like the oil to cover the tomato slice completely. Now these are going to cook really, really fast. You're going to want to be careful, flip them over, and then I like to drain them on a plate with a paper towel, and add to the skillet as they come out. I can add the other pieces in. Super, super fast and easy. So the first time, many years ago, when I had fried green tomatoes, the sauce was ranch with some horseradish. So I have a horseradish sauce that I just mixed in with your regular ranch, and it gives it just a little bit of a kick. It's not spicy. It's very, very delicious and perfect for fried green tomatoes. So here's the sauce I made. You could totally just use ranch too, but the fried green tomatoes are a meal within themselves. They are so delicious. I really like mine cold or at room temperature, but you guys have got to try this recipe because they are so delicious. So it's Monday night here, and we've had a very busy day. I'm starting to feel just a little bit better, but I still did not cook. I had a lot of pasta left over. Jackson ate something on his own, so did Scott, and I am enjoying this beautiful plate of pasta, and that is my dinner tonight. I'm sorry there's been less cooking, but we're getting there. We'll get back on schedule really soon. Hello everybody, tonight is Tuesday. It was a very busy morning for us and afternoon, so earlier today I put in a beef tenderloin. Now, I added a little bit of water, but I just strained it. All I did was, and it was a plain one, it was not pre-seasoned. All I did was salt, pepper it, and use some of that Mrs. Dash table seasoning right over the top. Cooked it till, it's been smelling our house up so much, and cooked it until it was done. I'm going to shred it up now and add some barbecue sauce and turn it on low. Okay, so dinner is done. What I did with the pork, I just put in a couple bottles of barbecue sauce after I shredded it up. It's on warm in the crock pot. I got some of the baked beans already made. The Bush's baked beans, warmed them up in the microwave. I made some potato salad on my own, and I should have filmed this, you guys. I'm sorry I didn't. It was just potatoes that I cut up and boiled till they were tender. About a cup of mayonnaise, maybe a little less. Probably about a fourth of a cup of mustard. Salt, pepper, a little garlic powder. I didn't put any egg in it, and I put about a teaspoon of relish. And there is our dinners for Tuesday night. It's been a long day, and the boys are going to love it. It's very simple and hopefully delicious. So that's our Tuesday night dinner. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another night of our meals. Tonight is Thursday, and all these are kind of out of whack right now, but it's Thursday here, and I'm making a quick steak dinner. So I have my indoor grill pan heating up. I also chopped up some broccoli, added some salt, pepper, olive oil, and I am roasting the broccoli in the oven. And I'm just going to make some mac and cheese to go with it. That's our simple dinner tonight. You know, I am just flipping out, to be honest, because I don't think I've said in a What's Cooking video yet that we are moving, and we're moving probably before or right after the cruise. Smells like tanning oil. I'm going to put Jackson's on first because his are thicker. And I'm kind of off that back burner for a minute. And we've been out looking at houses tonight. I'm not a bit happy about it. You can check out the Day in the Life vlog. There's going to be a lot of them happening. But there'll be more about that. But I'm really stressed out tonight. And the last thing I want to do is cook. But even when you're flipping out and you have things going on, your family still has to eat. So I'm trying to keep my mindset in the right place and feed the boys. So here's dinner, the dinner I did not want to cook. But here it is. We got the mac and cheese, we got the steaks, and we got the roasted broccoli. There's dinner. Okay, you guys, for dinner tonight, it's a little bit different. So what I did is I took 3 really large chicken breasts and I cut them down. I cooked them in the skillet. I'm doing like indoor barbecue chicken. And so I just put some Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce on half of it. On this half, I put some of the Hooters wing sauce. I know you're supposed to bread them, and I know you're supposed to, you know, shake them in the sauce, but we're doing it a little bit different. So we got 2 versions. Sorry about the cookie sheets. They look like they've been to hell and back, but that's just the way it goes. And I'm going to finish these off in the oven, and I'm going to make some type of vegetable really quick. Okay, very, very simple dinner. Baked potato, barbecue chicken, and carrots. We have some of the chicken that was in the Hooter sauce, and, you know, just a very, very simple dinner. Thank you guys so much for watching this What's Cooking video. I know things have been crazy. I know that we have really probably messed with your heads about where we're moving and all of that. We've been just as confused as anybody else, but I think we got it all taken care of. If you have any questions about anything you saw in this video, be sure to leave those below. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.